Section 4.3 Monotonic Functions and the first derivative test. Suppose that you have a continuous function on some which is defined on some closed interval and that is also differentiable on open interval. Then if you try to find out the derivative of that function, and if that derivative is positive, that means function is increasing. If the derivative is negative, that means function is decreasing. So this is what happens. Let's say you have a graph like this. Okay, as you can see that if you go from let's say this is A and this is B and this is C and this is D, some numbers. As you can see that from A to B, wherever you try to draw a tangent line, the slope of the tangent line would be positive. The meaning the derivative of that function would be positive up to this point. Okay, up to this point. And after that point, if you try to draw the tangent line, the slope of that function would be negative, because tangent line, the slope of the tangent line means it's a derivative. So if the derivative is positive, that means function is increasing. If the derivative is negative, the function is decreasing. Okay, so that is the statement it's giving you. And one more thing, as you can see that if it's changing from positive to negative, at this point, this is where you get local maximum value. If it's changing from negative, and here you can see that it's positive, this is where you get the local minimum. So there is a rule that's called first derivative test for local extrema. Extrema means local maximum or local minimum. And the rule is, suppose that C is a critical point of a continuous function, meaning the derivative of function at C is 0. That's a critical point, or the derivative does not exist at C. And that f is differentiable at every point in some interval containing C except possibly at C itself. Moving across the interval from left to right, think about the very same graph. When you go from left to right, when you go from left to right, let me just if I can copy it. No, I cannot. Okay, so think about this, the very same graph. So as you can see that the derivative is positive, and there is a C, and then derivative is negative here, and then there is a D. Again, the derivative is positive here. So if the derivative changes from negative to positive, as you can see that it's changing from negative to positive at this point, negative to positive, f has a local minimum at C. So instead of C, this is D. Okay, so don't worry about the name C or D. It's just let's say C1 and C2. So it's changing from negative to positive. That's why it has a local minimum here. If f prime changes from positive to negative, as you can see that at C1, the derivative is changing from positive to negative. That's why it has a local maximum value. If the derivative is not changing, sometime, the derivative does not change, that means there is no local extreme value. Okay, no maximum or no minimum value, local maximum or minimum value. One more thing, keep in mind, this derivative comes from the the slope of the tangent line. Okay, so as you can see, that slope of a line actually. So that's how you get either it's positive or negative. So now if you would like to find out the critical the local extreme value, local maximum or minimum value, first of all we need to find out the critical points, and then we need to divide that number line using those critical points, and we need to check either the derivative is positive or negative on these intervals. If it's going from positive to negative, at that point will be the local maximum value. If it's going from negative derivative to positive derivative, that point will have the local minimum value. So I'm going to show you example here. So first example, the derivative of function is given. What are the critical points? Critical points means where the derivative of the function is 0 or does not exist. So this derivative, where you can see that that's x plus 5 over e to the power x. The domain of this function is all real number. It's defined for anything, so there is nothing where this derivative does not exist. So let's equate this thing to 0 and solve for x. So just multiply both sides by e to the power x. That gives you x plus 5 equals 0 and x equals negative 5. So this is one critical number. So we found that. On what open interval if f is increasing or decreasing? To answer this question B, so always after finding the critical number, divide your real number line and by using this critical number. So there is just one critical number. So now this critical number divides this number line into two pieces, two intervals, from negative infinity to negative 5, that's the one, and from negative 5 to positive infinity. So now, we need to check on these two interval where the derivative is negative and where the derivative is positive. So we need to check the value of f prime on this interval. For that, we need to pick some testing point from this interval. So you can pick any testing point from here. So let's say the testing point is, my testing point is, let's say, what is that? I would pick something 6, negative 6. And from here, I would pick 0 because that's easy to check. So now our goal is to find out the first derivative at negative 6, which is the value of this thing at negative 6. We don't need exact value. Finding positivity or negativity would be enough. So if you try to put this x equal negative 6 here, as you can see that this is negative 6 plus 1, eventually it will give you some negative number. Okay, and then if you try to find out the derivative at 0, eventually it will be a positive number. So from here we can say, okay, because on this interval the derivative is negative and on this interval the derivative is positive, that's why using this statement, if the derivative is positive, function is increasing. If the derivative is negative, the function is decreasing. So we can see that the derivative is negative on this interval, so that's why the function is decreasing. Derivative is positive on this interval, that's why function is increasing. So here it's a decreasing, and here it's a increasing. So answer to the question B is, on interval negative infinity to negative 5 the function is decreasing, and on interval negative 5 to positive infinity the function is increasing. Okay, so that's the answer for part B. And for the part C, at what points, if any, does f assume local maximum or minimum value? As you can see that the function, the derivative is decreasing on this interval, so it's going down, and a function is decreasing on this interval, that means derivative is negative, so the graph should be look like this. And at point negative 5 the derivative is 0, that's what we found. And after point negative 5 the derivative is positive, so it's going increasing. So at this point we will have local minimum value. Okay, so the answer for part C is, at x equal to negative 5, we don't know about the function f of x itself, as local minimum value. Local has a local minimum value. Okay, so for finding the local maximum or minimum value, find the derivative and find the points where the derivative is 0 or undefined, and then divide the interval, the number line, by using those critical points into different intervals, and check the derivative on those different intervals by you know by picking some testing points. If the derivative is positive on those testing point, that means the function is increasing. If the derivative is negative, that means the function is decreasing. And if the function changes from positive to negative, that means we will have local minimum value. If the function changes from negative to positive, positive to negative, then we will have local maximum value. We just follow this you know first derivative test. One more question. Find the open interval on which the function is increasing and those on which function is decreasing. So remember, to answer this question you need to find the critical points. That means find the derivative, which is negative 3x squared plus 8x. Equate this with 0. So just solve this solve this uh, you know solve this quadratic equation. That will give you two different answers: x equals 0, x equal 8 over 3. So these are the two critical points. We found the critical points. Now we're going to divide this number line using those critical points. 0 is somewhere here, 8 over 3 is somewhere here. So now there are three different intervals we need to check: from negative infinity to 0, 0 to 8 over 3, and 8 over 3 to positive infinity. And from each of these interval we have to pick testing points. So I'm going to pick let's say from negative infinity to 0 I'm going to pick negative 1, From here I'm going to pick, let's say, 1. From here, let's say I'm going to pick 4. And now we need to find out the derivative, this s prime at -1, s prime at 1, s prime at 4, and we need to find out either that derivative is positive, negative, or nothing. So if we try to find out this value, it will tell us this is negative here, this is positive here, and this is again negative here. Just plug this value back in this derivative. If you have x equal -1, it will be -3, -8, which is -11. You don't need exact value, you just need either that's negative or positive. Okay, so this is negative, so that means less than 0, that means negative. Greater than 0, that means positive. Less than 0, that means negative again. So now what happens here is, because the derivative is negative, that means the function is decreasing. And at this point, at 0, it's a 0, and then after that, because the derivative is positive on this interval, function is increasing. And from here, that point, the function is again decreasing. So this is the type of the graph you are going to see. So at those 2 points, as you can see that here, for the first point at 0, you will have local minimum value, and then here at the second point, 8/3, you will have the local maximum value. And it's coming from this first derivative test, because the function is going from negative, the derivative is going from negative to positive at this point, so that is local minimum. Positive to negative at this point, that's why it's a local maximum. Okay.